Indian philosophy contains a deep structural tension regarding the exact nature of ultimate reality. For centuries, the debate has centered on two competing views. Is the absolute found in silence or in sound? The orthodox Upanishadic tradition takes a clear stance. It argues that the highest reality, Brahman, completely transcends human language. Because words are finite, they cannot describe the infinite. Therefore, true realization requires abandoning speech in favor of absolute silence. Tantric traditions reject this hierarchy. Instead of viewing sound as a limitation, they invert the model entirely, arguing that the absolute is inherently phonic. If the absolute is composed of sound, then language is a literal, physical material that constructs reality itself. In this framework, speech loses its role as a mere human tool and becomes the substance of existence. This theoretical pivot was rigorously systematized in the 10th and 11th centuries. The work took place primarily in Kashmir, a vibrant geographic center for esoteric textual compilation and debate. The primary architect of this synthesis was the philosopher Abhinavagupta. He integrated various, often disparate tantric streams into a highly structured, non-dualistic framework known as the Trika system. Abhinavagupta's core metaphysical thesis states that the divine Godhead does not create the universe out of nothingness. It emanates the cosmos specifically through Vaksakti, a vibrant, pulsating phonic energy. Locating the origin of the universe in a phonic vibration redefines ritual practice. In this framework, a mantra operates as a technical mechanism designed to interact with the structural vibrations of the cosmos. The orthodox seeker approaches practice as a linear escape from the physical world. The tantric adept operates on a highly integrated model. The Trika system refuses to sacrifice the material world. Instead, it harnesses desire and power as the active engines driving spiritual progress. The specific end goal for the practitioner is Jivan Mukti, liberation while living. This state is defined by absolute autonomy and total mastery over both the self and the surrounding universe. To command the universe, the practitioner must reverse engineer the precise energetic mechanism that generated the cosmos in the first place. The starting point of this universe is a primary principle defined as samvid, or chit. This is pure, undifferentiated consciousness, existing before any material form. This consciousness is polarized. The male pole, Shiva, is the pure, static, luminous background. The female pole, Shakti, is the dynamic, active self-awareness animating that light. In Trika non-dualism, these poles are ontologically inseparable. You cannot have the background light without the active wave. Without the active, vibrating energy of the marsha, consciousness remains inert. Is this capacity for dynamic self-awareness that acts as the engine of creation. This pulsating energy is defined as Vak, the word. Forming the cosmos, Vak condenses into nada, a subtle sound. Nada collapses into bindu, a pressurized point of concentrated phonic energy. Finally, bindu shatters into 50 distinct nodes known as varna, representing the phonemes of the Sanskrit alphabet. This manuscript illustrates these phonemes in their role as the matrika, the mother energies. These 50 sounds function as the foundational blueprints and operational code for manifest reality. From this framework, the Trika system derives a precise conclusion. The physical universe is a crystallized, degraded manifestation of speech. This cosmology forces an epistemological shift regarding the relationship between human language and physical objects. The traditional linguistic assumption is straightforward. A physical object exists in the world, and a word is later invented to point to it. The tantric perspective inverts this. The expressing phonic energy, or vachaka, is ontologically prior to the physical object being expressed, the vachya. The sound generates the object, not the other way around. Because the word generates the object, the stakes for the practitioner are absolute. The adept who successfully masters the underlying phonic energy inherently commands the physical reality it creates. With this macrocosmic map established, we can understand the microcosmic, bodily practice of the tantric practitioner. The mantra is stripped of its symbolic or purely religious associations. It is utilized as a compressed, isolated droplet of the original cosmic energy, tapping directly back into that concentrated bindu. This is mechanically applied through the practice of nyasa. specific phonic energies are ritualistically installed onto precise meridian points of the adept's physical body. By perfectly enunciating the mantra, a process known as uchara, the practitioner's internal consciousness aligns exactly with the external cosmic energy. Tantric ritual operates as a systematic, technical manipulation of the universe's phonic source code. The goal is to force a direct merger with the divine architecture. Abhinavagupta's architecture does contain a final philosophical caveat regarding the ultimate limits of the word. At the absolute highest threshold lies the concept of unmana. This is the boundary where the vibrating energy of the word dissolves back into a state of pure, silent transcendence. Acknowledging this threshold prevents the system from abandoning the mystery of the absolute. It serves as a structural homage to the ancient Vedic emphasis on silence. Yet the core operational reality remains. Tantric non-dualism provides a rigorous architecture where the universe is built of sound. Mastery of this structural code, the word, is the only functional path to both absolute power and liberation.